My name is Jay Moore. I teach world geography here at Abilene High School. And we're sitting here in the tennis building, the tennis field house. I've had most of these students in class, and today we're going to interview most of the players who were in the state tennis tournament along with their coaches. This show is intended to be nothing more than just a celebration of the excellence of Abilene High School tennis. So let's start by interviewing Coach Scott and Coach Pretty. Welcome. All right, you relaxed? First of all, let me ask you, Coach Scott, what were the goals that you had set for this team at the beginning of the year?
Well, from the very first workout in September, our goal was to win the state championship. We would like to have gone undefeated, but we'd take state championship even if we'd lost a couple in there. But our goal was to win the state championship, and our shorter-term goals was to win district, and then next to win the regional and go on to the state tournament.
Coach Pretty, you finished 20-0, an undefeated season. Would you walk through the schedule with us and tell us about those matches?
We started August 21st, and we went to Fort Worth and we played Plano in the morning, beat them 14-4, and then in the afternoon we beat Highland Park 14-4, and I think that kind of gave us an indication of what we really had. The next weekend we stayed at home and we played Newman Smith in the morning, and we beat them, and then we played South Lake Carroll in the afternoon. We had a weekend off, and then we had our Abilene tournament. First day we played Lubbock High first round, and that was 19-0, and then that afternoon we played Odessa Permian, and that was also 19-0. The next morning was kind of a test for us because we were playing the two-time defending state champion, Katie Taylor, and we came away with a 10-3 win there. And then the finals of the tournament, we were playing Lubbock Coronado, who we'd lost to in regionals last year, so we kind of had a little revenge maybe going, and we beat them 10-3. We opened district that next Tuesday playing Cooper, and we won that one 14-4 with a lot of close matches. And then we played Midland Lee, and we won that match 16-3. And the next week we played Odessa High, and I believe that score was 18-1. Next weekend was Midland High. We beat them 18-1. And then we went to San Angelo Central, and that was a 16-3 score. And then we finished up with Permian, and then that was 19-0. And next weekend we were at regionals. Our first round we played Franklin, and I believe it was 10, and I don't remember, 10-2 maybe. And that afternoon we played Irving MacArthur, and that was a 10-0 match. And then we were set up to play Lubbock Coronado in the semifinals regionals. And that was a roller coaster ride. It had rained, and so we had to move to some indoor courts, and it was just a back and forth. We'd win one, they'd win one, but we came out with Cama winning the 10th match, and it was 10-8. And then we played El Paso Coronado that evening, and we came out of doubles 4-3, and then we won 6 singles matches in a row to finish that off 10-3. And that set us up for state, and we played Katie Taylor again. And we figured it would be a lot closer because they had a girl who had played doubles, but she didn't play in the singles, and so that was her number one player playing singles. And we got down in doubles 1-3, and we won 3-3 setters in the doubles to go up 4-3, and then we finished that off 10-5. And then the next day we played Austin Westlake in the finals, and that was a battle all the way through. We came out of doubles 4-3, and then it was just back and forth, just emotional all the way through. And again, Cama won the 10th match to make it 10-8.
What is a typical week of a state championship tennis team? Tell me about their practice schedule, Coach.
Well, if we didn't miss school on Friday, the weekend before, we'll work out a couple hours every day, and it's pretty much the same schedule. Mondays we just try to get our groundies back going strong, get some consistency and some confidence going. If we've had any trouble on any particular shot that weekend before, then we'll try to go back and work on it. Then Tuesday and Wednesdays, Tuesdays are usually doubles days. We work on doubles. Wednesdays on singles. Thursdays we just try to kind of have a recap of the week, and then Friday's a short workout. Just get some confidence going, some team building drills, and then we get ready to go on Saturday.
Good. Tell me about the heart of this team. Talk about that.
Well, I tell you, I don't know where to start. I mean, all year I felt like that. This team has showed, tremendous heart in that, a lot. We started out I thought the first trip to Fort Worth. We played two really top-ranked teams, and it turns out, that both of them were really tough in their district, in their region. That's Plano and in Highland Park. I didn't feel like we played particularly well, but our kids just refused to lose. And that kind of set the tone, I think, for the season. I mean, every time we played, if somebody was having a bad day, somebody that wasn't supposed to win would win. There was always somebody there to take up the slack. And so, the heart of the team has to be the fact that, they pull for each other. If one was having a bad day, the other one would come back and take care of it. So, I can't, I can't say enough about, the heart and the desire and just the refusal to lose, especially if we ever got into a three-setter. I was confident we were going to come out on top of those.
Coach, with the Abilene High School band beating in the background, can you tell us about just talk about the depth of the team?
Well, I truly think that was our strength, in that not necessarily that we had any injuries and had to move some people up, but if we had depth even to the point that the players that weren't in the top 6 or top 7 were strong enough to push those others the whole time. In our workouts and in our challenge matches, everybody was having to push all year. You could never let up. And I think it speaks for those kids that we never did have an injury. We never did have anybody that could not play the whole season. Everybody that started the season ended the season with us. And the depth of the team showed in that if it ever got down to our matches would get down to the last matches. Our 5 and 6 players would have to come through, and they always did. So, depth-wise, I guess that's our biggest strength. Although I kind of complained at the first of the year that I didn't think top of our lineup was going to win many matches, but I was completely wrong. Our ones really came through big at the state tournament and at the regional tournament, 1s and 2s and 3s. So it's kind of like I said a while ago. If somebody else wasn't playing well, somebody else take up the slack.
20 of the 26 players on the Abilene High team are members of the National Honor Society. Last year, the girls had a combined average GPA of 95, and the boys was 93. What do you think this says about the Abilene High School tennis program?
Well, we've got some multi-talented kids. They're not only athletes; they're true scholar athletes, and that's what a coach dreams of. Having kids that excel both on the tennis court and in the classroom and elsewhere. What do you think, Coach?
Well, it takes discipline to excel at a sport, and it also takes discipline to excel in the classroom, and these kids have that to do what they need to do to get things done.
Well, my congratulations to both of you, but before we leave, I was going to ask you, since I do teach geography, if you could tell me the capital of Canada.
Ooh.
Ottawa.
Outstanding. This is the mixed doubles team of Nathan Johnson and Sarah Stevens. I'd like to talk to them about their experience at the state tournament. Would you first of all talk about your semifinal match that you had against Katie Taylor that you won 7-5, 1-6, and 6-2?
I think we went out and we played well once we got started, but we were really tight to begin with. We probably shouldn't have taken it to 3, but when we finally started getting it to the girl, we didn't have that much trouble.
Yeah, I know I had quite a bit of nerves after we got started. I didn't have very many nerves after that. But
did you settle down after the first game? Or?
Actually, it was more like in the in the middle of the first set, probably after the first couple of games when we finally started rolling. But
we got up to a really big lead early. We were up 4-0, and then they came back, and that set got pretty close, and we lost the second one. We had been coming back, but by the third set, we just went out and played, and were able to take care of it.
Do you use hand signals while you're playing?
No.
no.
Basically, we know that we're just looking for a good serve where the person at the net can go, and that's our main strategy on every point.
Well, let's talk about your mixed doubles match in the finals against Austin Westlake. Why don't you comment on your play in the final set? We're going to pick up the match here, beginning with the start of the third set. You split the first two sets, 6-3, 4-6, and now you're looking at getting an early break of serve in the third set.
I think that early break was really vital to our winning the third set so easily because he ended up being their number 2 singles player, and that guy was really tough, but we were able to keep it to her and didn't have too much trouble.
Yeah, that guy came out with like a lot of big serves like that one, and he came out with a lot of big serves and ground strokes, and pretty much took a whack at just about everything he could get the racket on, and he came up with a lot of good shots.
Overall, this match, it was a nice match. It was tough, but they were very classy players. We had no problems with them. It was a nice match.
You didn't have to hit the ball at them?
Well, sometimes you had to hit the ball at them. Pegs, you always go for blood, but there were some close calls that he gave us, and that's really unusual to see in a situation like that, the finals of state. Basically, if we could just get in and get on top of the net, we had the point.
I remember serving that game. It was pretty tight right then. I was relaxed, but I was just trying to come up with some big serves and keep the point going, and it just came together pretty nicely. I really got a hold of that ball. That was a pretty long reach for me.
I think it helped us to be playing on the stadium court during this match. We knew that we were expected to win it. It was a big match. We knew we needed it just for the momentum of the whole dual meet. But to have all the crowd there behind us, they were excited for us too. That was match point.
Sarah, you also played 2 tough singles matches. Against Katie Taylor, you lost a close match, 6-3, 7-6. And against Austin Westlake, you played a girl ranked number 5 in the state and number 20 in the nation, and you beat her. We're going to take a look at some of those points from that match, if you'd like to comment on those.
Erin McGill, she's a girl that I've known through juniors, and she's kind of notorious for badgering her opponents, and I didn't really realize it would be quite as bad as it was, but there was a lot of, she was showing a lot of emotion, and it was really hard for me just to keep my composure, but I guess after all the years of playing, finally I was able to do that. I wasn't expected to win, but the coaches just kept telling me, they were like, Coach Pretty was like, Sarah, you can do this. And I was just so pleased that finally I believed that, because, the rankings showed that I should have lost to her. And whenever we needed it, it still came together. This match right here is probably the biggest match of my life. I really feel like, I've been playing since I was in 3rd grade, and this brought everything together. I held my composure despite her loss of it, and I played well and just stayed in it. I played with heart.
It feels so good to see you.
Happy times.
Why don't y'all talk about this team winning virtually every crucial match that you had this year?
I think the difference between this team this year and last year when it got tight, some people lost who maybe shouldn't have. We folded maybe in the finals of regionals. This year, when we got down and people lost, there were always other people who came through. Whether they were expected to win or not, there were always heroes.
Nathan, what does it mean to you to be a state champion?
Well, I think it's a really neat honor, and I think it's a great accomplishment. I haven't really had all the experience that the seniors and juniors have, but I do like the feeling that we have one state and we are the number 1 team.
Sarah, what does it mean to you?
It's such a perfect ending to all the years of practice, all the times that I didn't want to be on the court. It was just perfect. It was the ending of a career, not only of playing, but of all the friendships that we've made, and it was a great way to go out.
Both of you are members of the Abilene High School National Honor Society. Talk about that part of your life and how it fits into your tennis.
Okay. I think sometimes it's hard to balance everything between school and tennis. It's kind of a battle of whether you're on the court or whether you're studying, but I think it's a very vital part too, that you have to keep your grades up to play, and that's very important.
I think part of the National Honor Society creed is you play with honor and integrity, or you have honor and integrity, and I think that carries over onto the court and you try to stay on the court and be intense and play with heart, but you're also out there to be a good example and to play with integrity and honor.
Service can be described in many ways. In the course of a day, many opportunities arise for you to help others. The willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without payment or without recognition is the quality that we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and our abilities with a servant's heart to the creation of a better world.
Odds are, sir, you're probably the class of 2000 valedictorian, or right there by it if you're not. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Probably just a thank you to the coaches on that one. I think my perfectionism carries over, and there's a lot of times I get really uptight on the court and just need someone out there to be like, you can do it, you're okay. And they've put up with a lot of that for 4 years.
After winning the state tournament, what would you say to Coach Pretty and Coach Scott?
To the coaches, I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for believing in me when I didn't, and thank you for always standing by me through the times that I failed you, and through the fact that I never learned how to hit a down-the-line backhand in 4 years. And you've been so much more than coaches. You've been family, even though Coach Pretty would never admit that maternal instinct. And you've been friends. You've been very dear friends. I don't know who I'd be without you, because you've blessed me so much with your smiles and your hugs, all the laughter, and I just really feel that it's been a privilege for me to be with you these years. So thank you. I love you both so very, very much.
I would say thanks for making it a great year and always giving us great advice on the court, whether we're up or down, and thanks for being there for the most part.
I have to ask this, sir. Do you know the 6 New England states?
The 6 New England states, okay. Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island.
Is that right, Nathan?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
It is.
Nathan, do you know the population of the world?
It is 6 billion, approximately.
I taught y'all something.
That's really choice that I didn't get that.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Congratulations to both of y'all. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
We're here with seniors Matt Frizzell and Adam Luther. First of all, I'd like to ask you if you can still name the 5 Great Lakes.
Superior, Michigan.
Erie, is that one?
Yeah.
Don't let me down, boys.
That was a hard one. Maybe you could ask.
Huron.
And Ontario?
Very good. See, you still know them.
Yes.
You know the population of the United States?
260 million.
Outstanding.
It's probably gone up a little.
It is.
All right.
That's all right. Adam and Matt, in doubles you played 2 incredibly tough teams in the semis and the finals. What's the feeling out there on the court knowing that you're playing the state championship tournament? Adam?
Well, I knew that me and Matt would have to step it up a level to beat these 2 teams, which we didn't. Actually, I thought we played probably the worst we played all year, but that was okay because we both won both our singles matches.
Matt?
I didn't think we played the worst we played all year. We missed the 2 teams we played a lot better than they should have, or than they are. They're really not that good in the preseason or before state. I don't think they were really that good, but they kind of caught the edge before we did. We would get to a certain point in the match to where we would get so far behind we really couldn't come back no matter how good we started playing. But we really could have played. We could have won, but we didn't.
Adam, you won your semifinal singles match in 3 sets, 6-2, 4-6, 6-3. Tell me about your strategy against your Katie Taylor opponent.
Well, I've never played him before, but I knew that Bo Cox had played him the last time we played him, and Bo beat him in 2 sets. And we just got finished playing him in singles. I knew he was going to be tough, and I came out and I won the first 5 games, and I was thinking, just keep it up. It's going to be easy, and then I finally won the first set, and then I let up a little bit, and he came back in the second and won, and then I finally put it away in the third.
In the finals against Westlake, Adam, you played against a player you had lost to recently, J.P. Bartonico. What was your strategy going into that match? You might want to describe some of it as we watch it.
Actually, I was just thinking, let's keep the point going, and let's keep the ball deep, and let's let him make the mistakes. And I was hitting lots of good angles.
You dominated when it counted there in the state championship. You won 6-3, 6-4. Adam, tell me what it means to you to be a state champion.
It's pretty much, I've played tennis for 4 or 5 years now, and this is what I've worked for those 4 or 5 years, and so this is a great way to end it.
Can you describe some of these points right here?
Yeah, it looks like I was hitting the ball real well. I was getting everything lucky. I mean, everything was going in. I was hitting the ball good. I was playing great that day.
Looks like you had a lot of folks from Abilene there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a couple guys. After I won each point, they'd stand up and do the wave, and that was match point right there. I was excited.
Matt, you won both of your singles matches in the state tournament, and you won impressively 6-3, 6-4 in the semis, 6-2, 6-love in the finals. Did you want to finish your matches so quickly so you could go root on the rest of the team, or what was the deal there?
That weekend I probably played the best I have ever played in my life. I was in the zone for my 2 singles matches. I don't know what happened after those. After each doubles loss, I don't know how I was able to rebound so quickly, but yeah, I think it's good that I won as quick as I did, because it's good to let all the other people on the court know that they got one more victory behind them. So if the match count was at 6-5 us at one point, I think, it gave me another win, which made it 7-5, and there were still 4 or 5 people on the court who knew they had to win their match, and they had already won the first set or something. They said, okay, I think it just helps the team relax when they know they got one more victory.
Tell me about the team and the camaraderie that you share.
I know off the court, we're all really good friends in school. A lot of us we all have the same friends in school, and we're all really good friends on the tennis court and off the court.
Adam, why don't you tell me a little about Coach Scott and Coach Pretty?
They're the reason we won. They've coached us now for, well, Coach Pretty's been here since I was a freshman, and Coach Scott got here my sophomore year, and without them we probably wouldn't have won.
Matt, what would you say about the coaching?
Coach Pretty has been here the same amount of time as was Coach Scott. When Coach Scott came, it was a little odd at first, but then he got to know us pretty well, and I think after getting to know us for about 3 years, and Coach Pretty 4 years, they kind of know how you play on the court, they know how you are off the court, and I mean, you develop a friendship with them too that'll last as long as your friendships with your high school friends will. And it's just been a great 4 years for me because the coaches are so into the players' lives and everything here.
In professional women's tennis, who would you rank as the best looking player?
Anna
Kournikova.
All right. It's unanimous. We're with seniors Tracy Rourke and Haley Breland. Haley, first of all, since I had you in class, I just needed to ask you if you remember the name of the world's tallest mountain.
Mount Everest.
Very good. And Tracy, I didn't have you, but I'll just quiz you here for Miss Briner. Can you name 2 countries in Central America? Haley, you can help.
El Salvador and Costa Rica.
Very good.
How do I?
Now let's talk tennis.
Okay.
Haley, tell me some of the goals that you had going into this team tennis season.
Well, I think mainly I wanted our team to win against Coronado because we lost to them in finals last year, and that was just a really hard loss because we thought we had it and kept us from going to state last year. And that was one of the main concerns. Like once we got to state, I pretty much thought we were going to win. I was just scared about Coronado. So,
Tracy, what were some of your goals?
Well, I think I had like 3 progressive goals, and our first goal, of course, was to beat Cooper. And then winning district was never really a goal because I would always assume that would be easy. And so getting out of regionals was my second goal, and then winning state was the third.
Would you talk about the parental support that was demonstrated for the team this year, and especially in the state tournament?
Our parents, are amazing. You can just tell by looking around this room that, wherever we go, we always have more fans. If it's out of town, if it's in town, we always outnumber everyone. Our team support from parents is really incredible.
Tracy, tell me what it means to you to be a state champion.
Well, it means that we're the best, and it means that all our hard work paid off, and it's something that we've earned, and it's just kind of, it's the consequences of hard work.
Haley, what does it mean to you to be a state champion?
I think it's amazing that our team is this good, and sometimes it's hard to believe. When we're out there practicing, we know we're good, but it's hard to believe we are undefeated and no one can beat us, that there's no one out there better, and it's a great feeling.
Tell me about the closeness that you feel with the other players on the team, the camaraderie.
I think that everyone on the team we're pretty good friends. We all go and do stuff afterwards, like after tournaments. Sometimes people come to my house, watch a movie, or we'll go out to eat as a team, and we're really out there pulling for each other, and I think that helps us a lot, that we all care for one another. We obviously are rooting for each other, and I think that helps because we're actually out there and we want each other to win. There's no rivalry going on between us, and we're out there rooting for each other. I think it helps.
Tracy, you won your semifinal singles match 6-3, 2-6, 6-4. Could you tell us about that match?
Let me start by saying that I played amazing. This girl, Coach Scott was like, yeah, you can win maybe. And I went out and I was just so hyped up. I was so excited about everything, and I played really well the first set, and then the second set I think I kind of got into, am I supposed to be winning? And I started thinking about that and doubting myself, and she started playing better, and then I took a break in the on the split between sets, and I talked to John and Coach Scott, and I just got refocused, and I think that's the best match I've ever played in my life, and it was perfect timing. So,
Haley, what do you think your strengths are on the tennis court?
My strengths? I usually hit the ball pretty hard. I guess that's one thing. I don't know. The team kind of makes fun of me for that, but that. And I've worked on serve a lot this season, getting it in, because that was one of my weaknesses before, and I think it's really helped my little spin serve. So.
Would you both comment on your coaches and how they've impacted your game of tennis as well as your life here at Abilene High School?
Well, Coach Pretty and Coach Scott are both so different. It's interesting to have such a different styles on coaching, and Coach Scott's good at pumping you up, and they're both very direct, and they don't get around the point, they get right to it. Coach Pretty's good at calming you down. She's very frank about things. She'll tell you how it is, what you need to do, and I think that helps us stay realistic. They didn't put a whole bunch of ideas in our head about us needing to get too nervous, or or letting us think that we were too good. They kept us balanced and down to earth.
Good.
I think they're just really straightforward with us, like Tracy said. Just real blunt, went out there, told us what we needed to do, told us what we were doing wrong, and helped us get pumped up for each point. And so I think they helped us a lot.
In professional men's tennis, who's the best looking male player?
Mark Philippoussis.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Or Patrick Rafter. He's
yeah,
good too.
one of the two.
The boy said Anna Kournikova was the best-looking female.
Yeah, she's pretty.
It's not that pretty.
You don't mind the hair down to your ankles look.
Yeah, it's nice.
Jacob, you're a junior, and Bryce, you're a sophomore. You're doubles partners, and you won your semifinal match against Katie 6-love, 6-3. Jacob, would you talk about that match for us?
Well, we were pretty sure of ourselves when we were going in there because we had already played them before, but it wasn't the same team, and we didn't know what to expect. But we won the first set, and I think by when we got up 3-0, we knew what we had to do, during the match to win, and we figured out what kind of players they were, and we just took control after the first set.
You dominated in the finals 6-3, 6-2. What were some of the strategies you guys used in the finals match?
In that match, we poached a lot more, and we in the first match we kind of I stayed back a little bit too much. He was always in, but I was stubborn and I stayed back. And that match we just got our heads straight and decided what we needed to do, and we closed in on the net as much as we could.
What would you say, Jacob, some of your strengths are in doubles tennis?
For me, it'd probably be my kick serve I have, and definitely not my volleys that need some work, but my kick serve.
In the semi match that you had against Katie Taylor, you didn't have a chance to finish your singles play because that was already decided. But in the finals, Bryce, you started having leg cramps in the third set. Why don't you talk about that?
Well, I was standing on the baseline and I just started feeling my legs were starting to get real tired and started cramping up and it hurt real bad. And I knew my matches, all the matches we played were going to be big, especially down the bottom of the ladder.
You lost the first set 6-4, but came back to win the second one 6-4. What did Coach Scott tell you going into the third set?
They're really they told me the same thing to do in the second set. What I did was keep a lot of balls in play and just rally with them, and told me to come into his backhand and play
of course,
it from there.
You won that match. That match 4-6, 6-4, 6-4.
It hurt when I stopped moving. It did. I couldn't really. Adrenaline was pumping, and I couldn't really feel it during the points, but once I stopped.
Tell us a little bit about these points.
These points I was just rallying with them, like Coach said, and waiting for the opportunity to come in, like right there.
What would you say your best shot is?
Great shot.
Probably my forehand. And I have my backhand's pretty strong too.
Has it hit you, Bryce, that match was a huge factor in winning the state championship?
Yeah, after the match it kind of hit. Everybody coming up to me, telling me good job. And I realized the score after that, didn't really know what the match count was.
Shake it off.
It's definitely a match we'll never forget.
What's the score?
Mom and my brothers and sisters were there, and also my grandparents were there that lived in Austin. It was just
Right here now, Bryce.
pretty cool how you have whole court surrounded by people cheering you on, and real positive.
No. There.
Jessica,
What's it mean to you, Bryce, to be a member of the state championship tennis team?
It means a lot, just to know you've accomplished something that some people will never ever do. Right now it's going to be something big, and then just it'll be something huge later on when we're done with our tennis careers.
Jacob, tell me what it means to you to have won the state championship.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's been our goal ever since, 2 years ago. We won last season, and we had our mindset that we were going to win state. And when we got knocked off by Coronado in the finals of regionals, that was devastating. But this year, we came in this season, and we're like, we're going to win state. And after every match, coach would be like 16 more, 15 more. And up to the finals in Austin, he said one more, it's right there. And when we won, when we were watching Kama finish that last match, it's an indescribable feeling. And it's something that'll always be, in my heart and everything. And it's going to be hard to top that feeling.
Would you like to comment about the parental support or your coaching support that you had this year?
It was unbelievable what the parents did for us, up to the first day of district to the last day when we were in state. I mean, they went all out. And some people would say they're crazy, but, they just love us, and they did, unbelievable things. Like the letter, the book, the having the people come out when we come back from state, the football coach, our friends, our family, the news people came out, and they were just by our side the whole time, never left, 100%.
Bryce, what would you say to Coach Scott and Coach Pretty?
Just appreciate all the hard work they do and just helping us during our match when we're down. And sometimes you're always going to need them during your match, even if you don't think it, because something's going to go wrong at one point during your match. It's just pretty cool to know they can come out there and coach you.
Jacob, do you still remember the capital of Tennessee?
Nashville.
Pretty good, I'm impressed. Bryce, do you know the country that owns the Galapagos Islands?
Ecuador.
Of course, we had it today on a quiz. Huh? Jessica, you're a sophomore, and Ashley, you're a senior. You guys won your semifinal match in 3 sets, 1-6, 6-3, and 6-2. What do you think turned the match around after that first set?
Well, we had lost to those girls when we had played them earlier, Katie Taylor, and we knew that Kama and Megan were losing too, and so we just wanted to come back and be part of the 10.
Yeah, I think it was a lot to do with just the whole first match, being at state kind of thing. And I know I just wasn't awake, I wasn't moving, I was just kind of getting used to the fact that I was there. And we just needed to relax and play.
Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, I was
Were you
nervous.
Ashley?
Yes, I was nervous.
It died down throughout the weekend, but it started out. And after we had lost 6-1, we can only do better from there, so.
Well, obviously you dominated in the finals. You won 6-1, 6-1, a great way to end your team tennis season. Ashley, tell me why you think the Abilene High tennis team is so good.
Well, we're all really good friends, and we go out and do stuff after tournaments and stuff like that, and we have a lot of depth, and everyone can hold their own spot.
What is your strength on the tennis court?
I'm consistent. I can just hit the ball back as long as I need to.
What's yours, Jessica? What's your strength?
I don't know, sometimes I just find a way to win, I guess. The girls sometimes are physically a lot better than I am, but I guess I get to them in ways kind of just that either mentally or
You messed
I
with
don't
their
know.
mind.
I just pulled through some matches that I can't believe I did.
Well, in the finals, you won the first set 6-1 and were up 4-1 when you asked for a break.
Oh yeah.
And then when you came back, the referee decided it was really just 3-1. So you actually ended up winning the match 6-1, 7-3. This was the first time ever in a state tournament that someone took 7 games to win a set.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
Oh, I was not very happy. They told me on the bus when I got back, they were just like, whenever you're up 4-1, that teaches you a lesson not to leave. Turned it into a joke, but she just, I guess at one point, the reason we were arguing about it for 10 minutes, and then
I looked over at the crowds and everyone was just like, why don't you just play, get it over with, and try to calm down. And so I got back out there and I was real nervous. I started, balls were flying, but then I got my act together, calmed down, and I knew that it wouldn't be that hard to win those last few games. So we just put it to an end to just play tennis and not stop there and argue.
What did you think about having your picture on the front page of the sports section?
Oh, it's pretty exciting.
What does it mean to you to be a member of the state championship tennis team?
It's kind of indescribable. I don't know. You've worked so hard every day in practice, and it just all boiled down to this weekend and just the feeling you get afterwards, just like it's all paid off. Everything's worth it.
Actually, what does it mean to you to be a state champion?
Well, it feels like everything that I've worked so hard for the past 4 years is like worthwhile now, and it's just a great way to end it all.
Tell me a little bit about your feelings about your parents and the support that they offered to the team this year.
My mom was so excited we were going to state because she got to make more signs. Like, they have worked so hard on all the meetings that we've had, and all the signs in the locker room, and just being there after every match, and being there after you come off crying from losing, to calm you down and tell you that it's not the end of the world because you lost a tennis match.
Jessica, what do you want to say about that?
No, they really have been very supportive. They're so cute. They do all the little, at one point at the end, they all got together, did a little huddle, and were like, let's go Eagles. It's so neat. They just get it. They're just as excited as we are just to be out there cheering us on. My dad said his hands are just so tired from clapping.
Ashley, you won't be here next year, so what are you going to say to Coach Pretty and Coach Scott as you graduate?
Well, say that they've always been there as an encouragement, like telling me that even if I don't think I can beat a girl or go out there and play my best, that they're behind me, even if I'm not behind myself. And tennis has just been a big part of my life all through high school, and they've always been there with it.
Jessica, what would you like to say about your coaches? Jessica, be nice. Don't put that on you.
Just everything they've done, they affect tennis in so many ways. If your coach isn't there, just having a good attitude, then how can you? And it's been a good season. I know I'm going to be here for the next 2 years, but I mean,
On
good coaches.
my last question, on the men's professional tennis tour, who would you say is the best looking player?
It's really Patrick Rafter, isn't that?
Yeah.
Patrick Rafter.
The other one said,
Isn't that Patrick Rafter?
Oh, wait,
He has really long hair.
Yeah.
That was the second last question. Here's the last question.
Sure.
All right, Ashley. What's the capital of Germany?
Berlin.
Let me ask you this, Jessica.
Okay.
Tell me 3 countries found in the Caribbean Sea.
Caribbean Sea. Isn't it Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic?
Excellent. Nice job. My first question is, can you name the 3 Benelux countries in Europe?
Belgium, Benelux.
Wait, what's E?
Did we learn it like that?
Oh yeah,
Belgium,
Netherlands,
the Netherlands, and Luxembourg.
Luxembourg. Oh, wait, but they're not in that order.
That's right. Now tell me, what is the capital of Finland?
Helsinki.
He's better than me.
Capital of Iceland?
Reykjavik.
You're good, I'm impressed. Wes, in singles, you won a tough 3-set match in the semis against Katie Taylor. 2-6, 7-5, 6-2. Why don't you talk about that match for us?
That match, I went into it after the doubles. We'd just come off, and we'd lost that match in the doubles, and we hadn't played our best, either one of us, so we were trying to get back and get psyched up for singles and everything. And so, and during the doubles, I'd kind of pulled one of my leg muscles. I'm not even exactly sure what it was. and the trainer said that there wasn't really anything I could do except try and ice it between the changeovers. So I went out there, I was kind of down, and he kind of jumped on top of me. I think he kind of knew that I'd gotten hurt or something. But I mean, Raj, the guy I played, he's a great player, and so he took advantage of the situation, and he went out and jumped on me in the first set, and I wasn't playing my best. And I think the second set, we were pretty even the whole way, and I think my legs started to, warm up some, and the muscle loosened up a lot, and I started to play better. And one of the things that helped me a lot during that match was Coach Prather, our student coach. She came out there and she just kept trying to encourage me, and she kept saying, this is what it's all about. You love this. You've got to love the fight, and forget about the injury, forget that it hurts, and just keep playing. And so that's what I did. I just went out there, and I just had to make a decision that I was going to do it for the team and not, try not to let them down. So I went out there and won that second set, and after that, the adrenaline just kicked in, and the whole third set was just a blur. I just went out there and won the first 4 games, and after that, it was pretty neat. So,
what do you consider your strengths on the court?
My strengths on the tennis court, probably anyone you talk to that's played me, they'll definitely say my backhand. That's always been my weapon ever since I was growing up. But I think what's helped me in the past couple of years is that I've been able to, develop other parts of my game and not have to completely rely on my backhand to win me matches and stuff like that. So, and also I think I've learned in the past year or so how to think on the court better and try to find ways to win in case my game's a little off.
Wes, tell me what it means to you to be a state champion.
It's the best feeling I've had about tennis, my entire life, because I've grown up in, my parents went to Cooper, and so I had grown up in elementary school and even some middle school supporting Cooper and going to watch them play tennis matches all the time as much as I could, and I even went down there to see him win a state championship once. And so I had always grown up, kind of having that dream of winning a state championship and seeing what it was about. But, before this year, I knew that we could do it, but it was just a matter of obtaining that goal. And, it almost, whenever we won it, it seemed unreal because you'd thought about it and dreamed about it for so long, but to actually do it, it was the best feeling in the world.
Bo, talk about your doubles match in the finals against Austin Westlake. You won that match 7-5, 7-5.
Oh, that was a huge match, and when we went out, I mean, it's not even like we were just like incredibly focused or incredibly pumped up. We were both just kind of there and both felt good. And I had Slim Herman come up to me the day before, and I'd thrown a horrible fit on the court during my singles match because I was just getting like obliterated on the court and stuff. And he just told me to smile and stuff during my next match. So we went out there and we actually did like smile a lot, and we both played very well. The team we beat was undefeated for the entire year, and they were kind of like, wow, congratulations. I don't know, it was a great feeling. We both played very well.
Bo, what are some of your strengths on the court?
I'd say, I don't really have any super shots, like Wes's backhand, but I guess maybe just scrap for every ball and never quit. I guess that's pretty much it.
Bo, tell me what it means to you to be a state champion.
I think it means, it's an amazing idea and feeling, that there's 12,000 high schools in Texas and, we're the best out of all of them. The enormity of that number is just overwhelming. I think it's great.
Talk about watching Kama's match in the finals. You guys had the court surrounded and were cheering on each point.
It was almost like, she was up like 5-2, I think. And on her second to last point, it was a 91 ball rally, and everybody, we're anxious to get out there, actually finally have it done. And when she's hitting 91 ball rallies, you're just kind of like, all right, come on now. But it was, when she won that match, you saw, hundreds of hands go in the air, pumped up. It was an awesome feeling.
What did it mean to you, Wes?
Actually, during the match, it was actually whenever Kama and Jessica were still on, I actually felt kind of sick. I was so nervous that, because I knew that it was like, the state title was just right there and it was just a few games away. If Jessica and Kama could win a few more games, that we would have it, but it was just a matter of whether or not they could do it. And so whenever Kama whenever Jessica came off, that was a good feeling, knowing that we just had to get a couple more games off of Kama, and she came through for us big like she had all year, so it was an incredible feeling.
Wes, why don't you tell us a little bit about other parts of your life? I know tennis isn't the only thing. You're involved in Pure Gold as well as the National Honor Society and other things.
Well, yeah, tennis always has been a huge part of my life ever since, you know, 4th or 5th grade whenever I started playing, and I've been going to tournaments forever, but one of the things I've always tried to do is be involved in other things as well, and so, you know, being involved in National Honor Society and theater and stuff, you know, it takes up a bunch of time, and sometimes I wonder why I am involved in so many things, or like why I'm spreading myself out so thin, but you know, it's always worked out for the best, and I'm always been grateful that I've been able to be involved with a bunch of other things, and Coach Scott has been incredible about that, being able to work around different conflicts and stuff like that to keep us involved in other things as well as tennis.
Bo, you just recently got back from Washington, D.C. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I just got back from Washington, D.C., where I was there participating in a National Youth Leadership Forum on law. We went up there, and it was basically 350 kids, all of whom were bright, you know, very well-educated people. And it was basically, we all went up there. We didn't really know what to expect, and we got to talk to the U.S. Supreme Court justices, and we got to talk to several very highly, I guess, I don't know how you say it, very, very good lawyers. And it made me actually not want to be a lawyer because, I mean, just it didn't turn out to be my thing, but I mean, it was a great experience and I had a great time.
Bo, why don't you talk a little bit about the support you felt from your parents?
I mean, my parents have always been there for me, no doubt. They're always there in every aspect of my life. For this tennis season, especially this one, they gave me all the room I needed. They didn't push me. They didn't beg me to do this or that. It was just like, you know, if you want it, go get it. And they were totally supportive. They were always there. You know, I mean, if I needed a Gatorade, my dad was like happy to run up to the car and get it. My mom was just dying to yell something, but we kind of have a little silencing hold on her. She's not allowed to talk during the tennis tournaments because it bothers me. But other than that, they're perfect.
What about the support you felt from your parents?
My parents have been great, you know, ever since I started playing tennis. But especially this year, it's amazing to always go out there, no matter what you do, and always feel the support, whether you win or lose, and have your parents behind you 100%. You know, they've just been incredible support throughout this whole year, every step of the way to the state championship. They've been there, you know, pushing me along, and like Bo said, you know, never pushing me too hard or making me feel like I had to do stuff that I didn't want to. They always, you know, kept my wants in perspective, and they always thought about what I needed and stuff like that. So just in every aspect, they've been there all the time. So
anything you'd like to say about your coaches?
Our coaches have been incredible. Just throughout the whole year, you know, we weren't the perfect team to start out with, and we weren't the perfect team whenever we finished with the state title, but they were able to, you know, work around problems and work around, you know, schedules and stuff like that to help us to become the best team in the state. You know, and I really think without our coaches, we wouldn't have won the state title. I think we had the talent to, but it took them and their teaching and their support to help us to obtain that goal. So,
Bo, why don't you say a little bit about the coaching?
Well, I don't know. Old Durf, he's a pretty good guy. Old Durf, he's a good coach. And Coach Pretty's just awesome. She's the coolest lady in the whole world. And Coach Prather, she was actually incredibly inspirational. Like, she would give us wonderful speeches, you know, getting us ready and pumped up and everybody in the mood. Probably making us 10 times more nervous, but that's all right. It was good.
Yeah! Yes! Come on! Come on! Woo! Let's go, Jess! Away you go. Keep it rolling. Let's go, Ashley.
Megan Langston and Kama Scott, both of you are sophomores at Abilene High. Who's your world geography teacher?
Sure.
Got that one right. How long have you two been playing together?
Since last spring. Yeah, the beginning of last spring.
You won your semifinals match in 3 sets, 3-6, 6-3, 6-1. Cami, do you want to talk about that match?
It was the first set season, so I kind of knew what to expect, and then she just kind of gave up, and she, like, once I got up, she just kind of got mad and didn't play anymore.
What do you enjoy most about being on this tennis team?
Probably like the friendships you make and stuff.
Cami, what would you say you enjoy most about it?
How close we've gotten to be, I think. Just, we're all really good friends.
Cami, you won your singles match against Katie 6-1, 6-2, and then with the state team tennis championship on the line, you were up 6-2, 5-2, and just 4 points away from winning it all. Were you nervous?
Oh, yes, I was. I was very nervous, especially because everybody was standing on the back fence, and I knew that if I didn't, especially the second to last game, I knew if I didn't get that, then it was going to be hard.
You played some pretty long points. What was your strategy?
To keep the ball in play, and because Coach Pretty told me just outlast her, and so I just tried to get it back more times than she did. And I had to lob it so many times.
Why don't you describe some of these points?
I went back to about 12, but I think, I don't know, I just tried to keep the ball in play as much as I could, just whatever it took. Like a lot of those points I should have, when she hit the ball short, I should have probably took advantage of it and came in, but I was just so nervous I don't think I could have done that.
Well, you did win that final game, and with that, the Abilene High tennis team won the 1999 state team tennis championship. So tell me, what does it mean to you to be a state champion?
I think it's awesome. It's the neatest feeling, and I think that feeling won't ever go away, and I'm just glad I was there to contribute to it. It was awesome. I had already started the emotions when I was up 3-1, and I just knew that, especially all the seniors on the team, I knew I really had to do it for them and for me, and that point was huge. Like, it was amazing.
That's a lot for a sophomore to have on her shoulders.
Yeah, I was extremely nervous.
Megan, what does it mean to you to be a state champion?
Well, something that I'll never forget, and that it's like a lot of high school kids, athletes, want to be a part of a 5A state championship team, and they never get to be. And I think it's a neat experience.
Tell me a little bit, Megan, about your parents and the support you felt from your parents.
Well, like when I was in 8th grade, I kind of got burned out on tennis, and they kept saying, just wait till high school, it'll be fun and stuff. And they kept me playing and kept encouraging me, and it's great support.
Cami, you're, of course, the daughter of the Abilene High tennis coach.
Mm-hmm.
Being not only your coach as your dad, but tell me what it feels like to have your dad out there, not so much your coach.
It's good in a way. I mean, I like it. There's advantages and there's disadvantages. One advantage is that you know your coach is going to be there, but he's also your dad, and that he's kind of, most kids don't get to have their dad out there telling them, but I think it's neat. I like it because he's always going to be there.
Megan, what would you say to Coach Pretty and Coach Scott after such a successful season?
Just thank you for coaching us and teaching me how to play doubles, and for just kind of being good leaders, examples.
Anything you'd say to your dad?
Thanks for sticking in there with me during those. I know he about had a heart attack that last game, just because I'm his daughter, and also because it was the championship match, but thank him for always being there, and Coach Pretty too.
One last question. Who's the best-looking men's player currently on the professional tour?
Pete Sampras.
Yeah.
Pete Sampras.
I don't know. I'm kind of an Andre fan too.
I have another question I was going to ask you as soon as I think it up. Yes. Could you name, Megan, 5 Canadian provinces?
Quebec, Newfoundland or whatever. New Brunswick and Saskatchewan or whatever. And
Just one more.
Manitoba.
Oh, very good. Megan named 5 provinces. You tell me 5 more provinces.
Okay. Alberta, Saskatchewan, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, Manitoba, Saskatchewan,
I think you said that, but it's the one on the far west end.
British Columbia.
Thank you. Now let's take a look at a montage of some of the sights and sounds of the state tennis tournament.
Oh, it's 5-2.
Let's go!
He was down the first set. He had pulled a muscle earlier in doubles, and he just hung in there, and we're real proud of how he came back and just played really well. We're really proud of him.
Kids reach down and really play well in the singles. Girls came back into doubles. We won that mixed doubles in 3. I said, you know, any of those could have gone either way. We beat a good team today. We beat a great team today, and it was a good tennis. It was fun. That was great. That was fun. You beat a great team, but we ain't there yet. We got one more. Una más. Una más. Right here. Let's go.
If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I can fly. I believe I can fly.
Let's get it.
If I just spread my wings.
Go, Eagles, let's go.
Kama hit a 91-point rally.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
She had a rally that each person hit 84 shots. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're there. We're
Sarah.
God, I can't do that.
Sarah's trying.
Where's Kat? I'm speechless. I know
Come on, baby. We all were like, what do we do after we celebrate? What do we do? We're going to Rick's house.
Captains, please, from Abilene High. Team captains, Coach Scott. Coach, you come out with us. On behalf of all member schools for the UIL, over 1,200 high schools that represent the University Interscholastic League, we'd like to issue our congratulations to your outstanding effort here this weekend. Some great tennis took place here, and y'all are going to get to take the 1999 Class Conference A Team Tennis State Championship trophy back to Abilene, Texas. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go! Let's go!
It's awesome. We just came through. I mean, we won some matches today that I didn't think we could win, and we played a great team. You know, we'd never played this team before. We knew they had a great record, and we just played exceptionally good tennis. I couldn't, there was some big matches, but they were all big. I thought the Westlake was, great. I thought they played hard. It was up and down the whole day. I mean, the whole day is up and down, and right down to the mixed doubles. So it was great.
We are state champions. I can't believe it. It's not real right now. We've worked so hard and we've been working for so long to achieve this, and we've always had this goal of winning the state championship, and for it to finally come through, it's amazing. It's pretty unbelievable right now.
I mean, it just shows the heart and the character of this team, and that, they just refuse to lose. I mean, when we lost some matches that we should have won earlier in this match today, somebody else took up the slack. And I mean, that's what it's all about is a team tennis, is that somebody's got to take up the slack when somebody else has trouble, and that's exactly what happened today.
I think it just says that, we stuck together no matter how far down we were in individual matches or down in the entire match. We just stuck together and we pulled for each other, and whenever people lost, other people picked up the slack, and that's what we did today. The girls came through for us, especially today. They won some big matches, and it was just incredible.
I knew we had gotten 9, but I didn't know how Ashley was doing, and I was just like praying every point because I was so nervous. And I finally won, so.
Coach Scott woke us up saying, let's go get the championship, I mean, everybody was so excited. That's all we were thinking, just screaming it. And now it happened, actually.
We just went out there and played the way we played, and we just played awesome, and it was a great win. Like, they had the number, I think, 2 guy and like 6 or something girl, and we were playing awesome that match.
Yeah, I mean, it really was a team effort because so many people had to pull to win their matches, and I don't know, it just feels great.
as a team, we were so close. We're like family here, man. I mean, we're there for everybody. We are like brothers and sisters on the team. This is just like one big family, and it is unbelievable to win state. It is feeling a one-time, a lifetime thing, man. It's awesome. I cannot describe it.
We all cheered each other, and we stuck together. Even though, you know, one of us was down, we still cheered, and we came together, and we believed that we could do it. I mean, in August, we believed that we could do it, and here we are now.
None of us gave up. We all just kept fighting, and we all believed that we could do it the whole time. It was great. We're just really relieved. It was a really close match in the end. Cameron was our hero once again now.
We were able to pull together so well, and everyone cheering. I know it helped. I know it helped everyone, having everyone screaming for him. It got the momentum going. It's just a rush to know that everyone wants you to win and that everyone's behind you, and pulling together helped us so much.
All these many hours that we've went out and hit when we don't feel like it, just starting to pay off. Right now you can feel it. It's a real good feeling.
Oh my gosh, it's still so unreal, but the team has grown so much closer. We have a lot of returners from last year when we lost in the regional finals, but everybody wanted this so bad, and we've been able to pull together when we really needed to.
It was amazing. I think we all wanted it so bad because we thought we were going to win it last year, and we ended up coming short in regionals, and we beat that team again this year in regionals, and so I think we just wanted it so bad, and we knew that we could do it, and so we just had to do it.
I think it'll hit me pretty much on the bus ride home, just kind of sitting there thinking about it. It probably hadn't hit yet, even though we're celebrating and stuff, but I mean, it's going to be an amazing thing for the rest of my life to remember that we were state champion in high school.
Class Conference A Team Tennis State Championship Trophy back to Abilene, Texas. Congratulations.
Thank you.